plan, you research, you strategize, yet you're still at the same place. Are you really making progress, or are you just busy? The truth is, you might be stuck in motion instead of progressing in action. And that could be the very thing that's keeping you from the success that you truly dream of. Today, we're going to be breaking down the difference between motion and action. And this is something that I learned a little while ago from reading the book Atomic Habits from James Clear, which is one of my favorite books of all times. But let's get into the difference between motion and action and how it can help you on your journey to becoming your best self. Now, motion and action sounds like something that could be similar, but they couldn't be farther apart. Motion feels like progress, but it's just preparation. So a lot of times we tell ourselves that we're working towards something when really we're just doing a lot of motion and none of the actual action. I'll give you an example. You say that you want to be a more healthy version of you for this year. So you are speaking to every single coach you can speak to. You're actually writing down a whole bunch of different plans on how you're going to get fit, what exactly you're going to do. You're speaking to your best friend that works out every single day. You're looking up on YouTube different diets, and you're doing this for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and in your head you're doing the work. You're trying, you're getting things done. But that's how you can get stuck in the loop between motion and action, because all of this preparation doesn't mean that you did any action. It would have been better if you dropped on the floor right there and did a push-up. That is an action. It's important to learn that reading about success is not the same thing as working towards it. Just like reading about a diet is not the same thing as actually getting on the diet. Writing down your goals is not the same thing of actually having your boots on the ground and doing the work to accomplish your goals. Watching 100 motivational videos is not the same thing as actually taking the steps to succeed at whatever you're looking to succeed at. So actually making the call, actually hitting the gym, actually shooting the video, that's action. And it's important to keep in mind that the universe responds to who you are, not to who you say you are. So you could be saying a whole bunch of things, but if your actions don't align with the things that you are calling onto, you're never going to receive them, because you're not the right candidate. A lot of times we get lost in who we say we are. And sometimes we speak so much on who we believe we are that we don't realize that we're not actually being. We're just saying that we're being. And it's a big difference. So please avoid getting stuck in the motion. And I hope that this can help you understand that just because you wrote it down, just because you spoke on it, there's a next step. You gotta start moving. And this is the way that you're gonna start actually seeing the progress in your life. A lot of times we're complaining that we've been on this journey for so long and we haven't seen any results. But really look back at the past year, 2 years, 3 years of your life. How many actions have you done to actually get what you say that you want? And we could put this even further. How many actions have you done consistently over a long period of time that proves that you're the person that deserves to receive what you say that you need? Do you really need it, or are you just confused? Motion and action, big difference. Motion keeps you comfortable. Action gives results. We love motion because motion feels productive without the added risk. So let's say you want to be a public speaker. Instead of actually going through the risk of going in front of people and speaking, you're stuck in the preparation stage. Oh, let me look at the top 10 people that spoke very eloquently at these summits. Oh, let me write down the perfect things that I would like to say. Preparation is good, but over preparation becomes overthinking. And before you know it, you didn't do anything. Now, there's 3 main reasons that we love motion and sometimes we want to believe that it's action. Reason number 1 is that it prevents failure. You can't fail at planning. You can't fail at writing down what you want. And because you can't fail at that, doing that, even if you just did a little bit, you still get that feeling of, yes, I'm making some type of progress. You still get that feeling of, okay, well, I worked on my dreams today. No, you didn't. Take an action. The second reason that we're in love with motion instead of actual action is that it prevents discomfort. Just like I said a little bit earlier, when we're writing things down, when you're putting things down in your notes, it makes you feel like you're doing things on your way to succeeding. When really, if you don't apply what you did, it means nothing. And this is similar to what I like to say about the saying that knowledge is power. We always hear that knowledge is power, but it's not necessarily true. It's not knowledge in itself that's power. It's the application of knowledge that is power. So in the same way, it's not planning and over planning that's gonna guarantee you success. It's planning and putting things in action that's gonna put you closer towards the success that you wanna be. The third reason is that motion feeds procrastination. So it makes us feel like things are actually getting done. Now, this is like a placebo effect, where you take the pill and you feel like you're energized, but really it's nothing really happened. I don't know if any of you watched Space Jam, the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan in it. They have to win this basketball tournament, the All-Star tournament, and then they have to face the All-Stars. And the All-Stars are big, giant, scary, monster-looking people. So Bugs Bunny gives them this drink called Michael's Secret Stuff. And this drink motivates them and gives them the powers to play so amazingly. They're super skilled. They're doing all type of things just to realize that the Michael's Secret Stuff was just water. It's not real. So in the same way, the preparation, you believe that it's real. You believe that it's going to put you in a place that you need to be, when really those skills and the things that you need to do come from you. You have to put yourself in the way to start winning. It's not writing things down a million times, overthinking, getting some external stimulus. It's you, and you cannot avoid that. So this is why we love motion as opposed to action. Motion protects us from failure. It prevents us from, actually it delays the feeling of discomfort, and it feeds procrastination. So be careful not to fall into the trap of the loop of thinking you're doing things when actually nothing is happening. Now I'm going to tell you exactly how to shift motion to action so you can start to see the results and not just see time passing on your journey to success. So the first thing is that if you set a plan, you must follow up with action immediately. So this means if you're saying, I want to work out, a lot of times I want to work out. Okay, I'm gonna go to the gym on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and today is Monday, so Wednesday I'm gonna start. No, this is how you become a procrastinator. This is how you get lost in motion. If you say you wanna get fit, do the push-ups right there. Do the sit-ups right there. Start with something, because you're becoming this person by doing the actions that person would do. So instead of thinking that this reality is far away, it immediately becomes a reality that is lived, because you're starting by doing the actions that the person that you want to be would do, which is working out. The second thing is to measure progress by the actions that you take, not by the different steps of the plan. So a lot of times we make a plan and we're like, okay, in 30 days, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds. And then the next 30 days, I'm gonna lose another 10 pounds. And then that means in 90 days, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds. It's gonna be perfect. We're doing step 1, step 2, step 3. We didn't even get to step 1 yet. We didn't even get there yet. Instead of tracking what you learned, start tracking what you did. So your plan is now based on the actions that you put forward. And I'm not saying not to prepare. The problem is not preparing. The problem is getting stuck in a loop of over-preparing. So after your preparation, you do an action. That is your step 1. I can only do 10 push-ups. Let me see how much I could do tomorrow. That's a plan. That's action. Now you're setting actions based on what you're actually doing instead of the intention of actually doing things. Because the intention, the motion, a lot of times it's feeding into illusion. And the third step to change motion into action is just spend time with yourself in self-reflection and ask yourself, what is something that I could do to start whatever I'm looking for today? What are actions that I could take to become this person today? So whatever you're working towards, ask what can you do today to start to become that person? And I guarantee you, before long, that reality will manifest itself to you. This is a book that I recommend to any and everybody because it really breaks down how you can implement things into your life that can make you 1% better every single day. A lot of times we're stressed when we think of the big things and the giant actions that we need to do to get where we want to be, when really it's the small things repeated over a long period of time that will make the most difference. And that's something that is emphasized in Atomic Habits by James Clear. So if you haven't read it, definitely get yourself a copy. I'll leave a link in the description for a copy of the book. 100% recommend. The important thing to remember is that success is not what you plan, it's what you do consistently. You become the successful person by the actions that you take daily. This is what your success is going to look like. This is who you are going to become. And the time is now. Motion is an illusion. Action leads to transformation. Drop a fire emoji in the comment section if you're ready to stop motion and ready to start action. And by the way, if you want a breakdown of the book, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll make a video about that. I just don't know if anybody would be interested in that. Now watch this next video that YouTube suggests is the best video for you on your journey to becoming your best self. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know when the next video is coming out.